Hi there, YouTube. Well, let's see here. I'm going to turn on this light. I think that gives it a better little light there. So I wanted to make a little video. I don't really know if I'm going to post it or not. I guess if you are seeing it, then you know I posted it. Um, you'll have to ignore my dog behind me there because that's her little spot to chill. So I wanted to make a small video about the way I've been hearing a lot of terms lately about word salad. And my ex-narcissist was an expert at word salad. But I wanted to kind of not really go about the word salad so much as I do the crazy making and the gaslighting. I have some specific examples because I've had people ask me over the last couple of weeks, just my friends and my family ask me what exactly did my ex do to gaslight me. And I have some specific examples of different things that were done. And the purpose behind it is to really totally make you feel like you are crazy and you can't think. In my case, it was him trying to make me believe that I was so scatterbrained that I couldn't keep track of things. So there was a couple of times. One was with my keys, which I never misplace. I never misplace. On the other hand, he is always misplacing his keys. Always. He never would put them in the same place twice, and we were constantly tearing apart the house looking for them. In fact, he even lost a set of keys to the point where we had to have a locksmith come and rekey the car. So anyhow, I digress. So my keys were involved in one instance and my wallet was involved in one instance. And it's really interesting now to me that when I look back, not trying to be bitter or anything, but I look back now and I say to myself, we haven't been together in a year and a half and I haven't misplaced my wallet once. Amazing how a scatterbrained person could not misplace their wallet or their keys one time in 1.5 years. Just as amazing to me. But, of course, we knew that, right? Because we knew that it really wasn't us to begin with. But we're made to feel like it's us. And that's the important part I want to get to. So, here's the example. I put my keys in the same location every single time. I do that, maybe possibly because he's a little bit right. I can be a little bit scatterbrained. But I have a method to my madness and a way of doing things to where I will always be able to locate them again. Or you always put something in one place and it's easy to find it when you go back to get it. Because I have been known to leave things places before. So this particular time I happened to leave my keys in the location where I always leave my keys. And I'm getting ready to go somewhere. And he's not. He's just sitting there watching TV. I try to locate the keys and I can't find them. So, of course, then the next thing I do is go to my jacket pocket, because if they're not where I normally always leave them, they would be in my jacket pocket. I mean, those just are the only two places I usually ever will put them. So I look in my jacket pocket, no keys. So I take my purse and I start digging through my purse, no keys. At that point, I say, "Hey, honey, do you know where my keys are?" "Probably in the last place you left them." Smart aleck comment. Kind of halfway expected it, but whatever. I said, "Yeah, well, I've tried checking that place and the place where I normally leave them, and I can't find them. They're not there." So I start getting irritated. I take my whole purse apart. I can't find them in my purse. "Did you check the car?" It's like, why would they be in the car? But okay, well, whatever. Maybe they did fall out of my pocket. I mean, I don't know at this point. I can't find them. They're not where I normally would leave them. So now I'm grasping at straws trying to find where they are. And I don't want to lose these keys because these are my car keys, my house keys, my everything keys, right? So I go out to the car and I'm tearing apart the car. Meanwhile, time is ticking by and I'm needing to leave. I don't remember where I was going or what the circumstances were, but... So I'm getting more and more mad. How can something disappear? I mean, I was mad. How can something just disappear off the face of the earth? That's retarded. So I'm like walking around and I can't find them. Searching all of these places, looking high and low. I start looking in the trash can because they were next to the counter, and maybe they slipped into the trash can. So I'm digging through the trash. And it comes to the point where, okay, we don't have any more time to look. We're going to have to leave and just look for them later. And the whole time he's saying, they'll turn up. They'll turn up. Don't worry about it. They'll turn up. They always do things, always, we'll find them later or whatever. So we leave and we go do the whatever function it is that we had to do that evening. And we come back. Well, when we came back, I was carrying in stuff. So he drove and he had to use his keys because obviously I didn't have mine. And so I'm carrying in things and he made it into the house before me. Made it in the house before me. That's the operative statement here. What would you suggest at this point happened? A, he could have put the keys back. Or B, he could have put the keys back. The keys were exactly where I always leave them. That I checked 1,000 times before we left. When I said, oh my gosh, the keys were here all the time, he goes, see, if you just calm down and look for things like with a rational mind, instead of getting all freaked out and getting all upset, you would find them. You always find them. They always turn up. The keys were not there, you guys. The keys were not there. I'm not crazy. I'm not imagining it. I'm not scatterbrained. The keys were not there. He did this with my wallet. He got my mother involved in it. Accused me of always misplacing my wallet, always losing my wallet. He did it. He took them. He misplanted them, planted them somewhere else. It's all to throw you off balance. It's all to make you feel crazy. It's called crazy making and gaslighting. Yes, it does occur. Yes, they do it. They do it because it makes you feel like you're the one. Then they can recall that later in other conversations. Well, I can't even count on you to keep track of your keys. I mean, and it could be small things, but the fact that it's happening to you and you're thinking to yourself, I am losing my marbles. I am going crazy. It's all by design, because later he can recall those things and point back to that one instance where you'd forgotten or where you didn't remember where you'd placed something. And he can build stories. It can be stories that he can build, and actually they have a fabric of truth to them because you did misplace your keys. Well, he's forgetting to mention the fact that he had them the whole entire time. But how am I to prove that? My friend that asked me what exactly was gaslighting and how did he do that to me? And I explained the whole story that I just told you guys. And she says, well, how do you know that he did that for real? Because he did it. I know that those keys were not there. And he would use that to prove to me how unable and how dumb I was. He was always very, very insecure about how smart he was. And so I think that it would make him feel better to know that I couldn't find something, because he was constantly losing his keys all of the time. I could not keep him. I told him I was going to put a remote control on them, as a joke. I mean, I was joking around at the time because, we all have our gifts. We all have little things that we do that, will irritate the other person, or, things that are difficult for us to keep track of or whatever. His were his keys. So the only thing I can surmise by this point is that he did that on purpose because it was his hang up. He had a hard time keeping all of his keys. It made him feel better if he could say that I had that trouble too. You see what I'm saying? It's a tit for tat. There's always a quid pro quo with him, with any narcissist really. It's always has to be. There's a gray area. It's a black and white area. There is no gray. So with that said, I just wanted to put that out there because I feel like there aren't very many examples of how they can turn things around to actually make you look crazy, except for that they will just say it. But these are things that actually make you feel like you're going crazy. I think I saw a saying on Facebook one time that said something to the effect of, I don't hate you because you didn't love me or because you left me. I hate you because of the way you made me view myself. And that's really, really, I don't know the verbiage for perfect, but that is really encompasses exactly how I feel about him. I'm really angry, and I'm mostly angry at myself, but I'm angry at him for making me doubt my own ability, my own self. By the time he was done with me, I was in a pile, I was in a heap, and I didn't even know the person I was. And I was really afraid I would never get her back. Well, I'm here to tell you, I'm back, and I'm back full force, and I'm stronger, and I'm better. I have so many blessings in my life today. I have a new man that absolutely loves me 100%, would do anything for me. So it does happen, you guys. You get out of it. You do get away from it. You have to get away from it. That's the only way you can do that, is to get away from it. Anyway, maybe I'll make some more of these videos. I do know that I feel like I need to help others. I lived on these videos when it first happened to me and I first was discarded. I lived on these videos. I couldn't get enough. I was addicted to them. It was like my new addiction. I had to feel other people or see other people that were also going through the same things so that I could feel like I identified somewhere. I felt so out of sorts. So just want to let you know that people are here, people care, and you are worth it. You are worth it. So please don't believe everything that they have told you. You're not crazy. You are going to make it through this. Keep putting one foot in front of the other. A journey of 1,000 miles began with only one step. All right? Be well.